You know, I was listening to Pam Bondi, and I have never seen a more conscious liar in my entire life. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all better learn how to discern a lie when you hear one. And you need discernment to deal with these people because they lie just a fucking lie. And they do it because they think we're stupid. They think we're stupid. They think that we're not educated. They think we won't go look. They think we won't search out information. They think we're dumb. And I'm going to tell you why they think we're dumb. Because they're letting a man get away with something that made our children, middle class and poor people, our children disposable. They deemed our children disposable because that's why all this shit happened to them. That's why this shit happened to the survivors of Epstein, because they felt like those children were disposable when they started with them. And there was only middle class and poor kids they did it to. I want y'all to think about that. I'm going to keep saying that shit. And the Department of Justice is backing up the fact that our children are disposable. Y'all listened to her today and she raved about Trump, but she never once mentioned our fucking children who were considered disposable at the time. So anyway, help me, Lord. When all of this shit started with Epstein, when it all began to fall apart, because God is revealing truth in a situation, he's exposing an enemy, it was under GW. GW was where Epstein got his sweetheart deal. You know, the deal where Alex Acosta let him go to jail during the day, and then at 6 o'clock at night he would leave the jail and go home and sleep in his bed, get up the next morning 7 o'clock, and then go back to jail. That sweetheart deal, yeah, that was done under GW, a Republican president. Next thing you need to know is when Obama became president, Epstein had already had that sweetheart deal. He had already served his sentence. So what did they need? They needed new evidence. They needed new cases to come up. The Department of Justice under Obama was working against that. Let me tell you, they were doing some shit. I just want y'all to know that. And behind the scenes, they were trying to get new cases, trying to get new evidence. And then they tried for the last four, right? And they did good because under Obama, there were several civil rights cases filed against Epstein, right? And at the end of Obama's term, a judge ruled that the sweetheart deal that Epstein was given violated the civil rights of the victims. So that deal was thrown out. See, they don't tell you that. They don't tell you that. And it happened at the end of Obama's term, and then guess who became president? Guess who became president? Epstein's friend. So DOJ is still thinking they did the business. They got that ruling under Trump. They ran over to his New York penthouse and they raided it and they arrested him in July of 2021. Well, by August of 2021, Epstein was unalived. Whoop, enters Biden. Because you know Trump didn't win that presidency. Enter Biden. What did Biden do? Well, let's see. The Attorney General under Biden, he fucking prosecuted and convicted Ghislaine Maxwell. Yep. She sent her ass to jail. And then guess what? Under Biden, the DOJ was actively pursuing cases against the Epstein cabal, if you want to call it, looking for new people. But then guess who enters the equation again? Trump. And then what does the Justice Department do under the new Attorney General? Shuts down all investigations on Epstein, all investigations on civil rights violations. Under Pam Bondi. They're fucking liars and they think we're stupid.